All right, everyone. Thank you for joining. My guest today is going to be Michelle Wyatt, the daughter of Ron Wyatt. And she does not do interviews, so I am extremely grateful and honored to have her here. Thank you, Michelle. I really do appreciate it. So just to kind of give a little bit of a background for the viewers, um, let me ask, during the first discoveries, 1977, when everything kind of took off, just kind of explain what was going on with you at the time, what was going on in the household, and just kind of a background leading up to that actual discovery of Noah's Ark.
Well, in 1977, I was at a boarding school in Monterey Bay in California. And that's where I was when Dad started making his trips over there to Noah's Ark.
I do want to let the viewers know, I know that you and Mary Nell, you have a lot to do with preserving what Ron did and keeping things going as far as the website, the YouTube channel. Where can people find you? A lot of people will just be seeing this video for the first time instead of seeing my other videos. Where can we go? And I'll have QR codes and links in the description.
Okay, well, we do have a presence. We have a ronwyatt.com YouTube channel, also a ronwyatt.com web page, and also there's going to be, I think it's in the works, I'm not sure if it's published yet, the Ron Wyatt Archives. And we also do have a group on Facebook, which there's several thousand members on there as well. I think it's called The Discoveries of Ron Wyatt.
Living in that household, what was it like growing up? Are you the oldest? Were the brothers the oldest? How
I'm
was
the
that?
I'm the oldest. We were very blessed to grow up in a Christian home. You know, we attended church regularly, and that's very important, I think, to it's important to the discoveries, knowing the Bible and being able to share that. And we're just very blessed to have had that opportunity.
Okay. Were you aware of the importance of your father's discoveries at the time that it happened, or was it something later on that kind of became a little bit more well known to you and the family?
I think at the time it happened, I probably didn't realize the importance of it. I was young and busy, you know, having a family. So it wasn't till actually later after my father passed away that I got involved in it, you know, because he was doing all the work with my brothers. So I wasn't really involved in it at that time.
Have you ever been to any of the places that have been discovered?
Yeah, I've been to Israel. I went once with Dad. That was back in probably 1980. And then in 2006, again, I was able to go to Israel. And also recently, we went to Turkey to see Noah's Ark
Hmm.
and then to Saudi Arabia and actually climbed about halfway up the mountain.
What was that like at the mountain?
Well, we decided that we wanted to climb the mountain. Of course, you know, we're
Mhm.
there and we want to climb it. It took us about 4 hours to get halfway up there because there's enormous boulders. It's a lot of climbing. And that was only halfway. It's what we call the 70 Elders Plateau.
Hmm.
And looking up at the rest of the mountain, it looked a lot steeper and it was black. And we decided that, you know, we didn't have time that day to go to the very top because that probably would have taken another 4 hours.
Oh,
And
wow.
then you
Yeah.
don't want to have to come down in the dark.
Yeah. What was the first place you ever visited and the last? Well, I guess the last is what you just told us here in
Yeah, Saudi
2016.
Arabia. Uh-huh.
Yeah. What was the first place you ever visited?
Well, the first place that we visited, it was in Israel.
And was that the tomb site and also the crucifixion site?
Yes, we saw that in 2006 and also again on a trip that we did in 2017.
Now, when you actually were there, what was your impression
Mhm.
of it all? I mean, obviously there had to be some kind of awe experience, but what was your experience for being there for the first time?
Uh, The garden tomb itself, it's a beautiful garden and it's in the midst of the city and it's surprising to walk in there because there's a lot of flowers and trees and they've
Mm.
done a really good job of there's a lot of people there, religious groups like to come in and have meetings, they sing together it's really, it's humbling to walk through there and you know that Jesus was there and what he did for us at that time.
I would love to be there.
You should go.
Yeah, that is that going to Jerusalem and Israel is something I definitely want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd be the best time to go right now, but yeah, definitely on my bucket list. Um, Out of all the places that you have visited that your father discovered, which place had, I guess, the biggest emotional impact on you visiting it?
Probably the Garden Tomb area. Yeah, that's I think that discovery was something that he had not intended or planned to do. It happened by the grace of God.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it meant a lot to him and to the family.
I don't, okay, when I ask this next question, I don't r really know that fame is the right word. But the question is, did the fame that your father had, did it ever affect you or the boys or anybody else related to the family or friends of the family?
I don't know that you would really call it fame, the
Right.
way
Yeah.
people think of fame, the maybe notoriety, but
Yes. Yeah.
in the beginning, no one really paid attention to what he was doing because he was not an educated archaeologist. And I don't think people believed in it for quite some
Mm.
time. It's just now starting to where, we have the proof and we have the opportunity to share it. So we're reaching more people nowadays, and I think a lot more people are believing. They're searching for truth because, people can feel there's something going on in this world. Things are getting more chaotic all the time,
Yes.
and you're seeking for something better there. And this is just part of, building faith.
Now, did you notice any kind of change regarding your father before finding the Ark of the Covenant and after finding it? And can you remember anything about him after he returned from that discovery that may be significant?
I think finding the Ark of the Covenant it touched him deeply. He would share that information at meetings with different groups, and it always brought him to tears just to think of the sacrifice that Jesus
Mm-hmm.
made for us. So it is life changing.
And what would you say was the biggest thing that you can notice in him after the discovery? Was there any kind of major changes in the way that he acted or his persona, or was he basically kind of the same throughout?
I would think probably kind of the same throughout. However, just realizing what he had actually found,
Mm.
it changed his life dramatically, more, more spiritually and very focused on sharing this information with people.
What was the results, if you can remember, when they got into a little bit of trouble and they were being called spies? What was the outcome of that situation, and um, what led to that?
Well, he was not able to get a permit to go into Saudi Arabia, and he believed that Mount Sinai was there because of what's said in the Bible. So, unfortunately, he thought perhaps he could go in there without a visa or a permit and just get a few pictures and come out. But we believe that somehow he was set up in some way, and it was reported to the government there that he was an Israeli spy.
Mm.
I actually got a phone call at our house in Tennessee from someone there in that country, very thick accent, and was verifying what he was telling them about his name, what he did for a living, where we lived, etc., family information. So they were trying to confirm his claims about not being a spy. He did eventually get out. I think it was with the help of Jim Irwin, astronaut.
And your two brothers were with them at the time, or was that a different time?
Oh, yeah, they were with him at that time.
Okay. And I can't imagine being at home, not knowing what's going on, what that could have been like for the family. And how long was it? It was like 73 days or less than 90
Yeah,
days?
it was almost 3 months. It was a
Almost.
long time. Yeah. We well, I don't know if anyone wants to know this part, but we nearly lost his house because he wasn't there to pay the mortgage. So
Ah,
his family had to step in and take care of some responsibilities in that area.
gotcha. How did you originally hear about them getting arrested? Was it that phone call, or what actually transpired that you found out?
I think it probably was the phone call that started that because, we couldn't call them or get in touch, wasn't exactly sure when they were planning on coming back. So that at that time I knew something bad had happened if I was getting a phone call with those type questions.
Have you met any of the people that worked with Ron on any of the locations, whether it was Mount Sinai or Ark of the Covenant? Have you met any of them, spoken with them, gotten any kind of details about them?
Yeah, there are several different groups of people that are very focused on sharing these discoveries. We basically work independently, but with the same message, and using it that way, we're able to reach more people. So yeah, I have met several people that worked with him.
So, to your knowledge, what impact did the trips your brothers went on have on them, good or bad?
Oh, it was all very good. It changed their lives dramatically. I mean, how exciting is it to be able to travel around the world and actually find things that you've read about in the Bible your whole life and just see it with your own eyes and walk on the streets? The whole message will change people's lives.
And to be with your father doing it, to be with your brother
Yes.
doing it. So that's kind of
Uh-huh.
cool as well.
Yeah.
Now, for the people out there now
Hmm.
who are
Hmm.
being made aware of Ron White and finding his videos and his discoveries, um, what would you want everyone out there now to know about your father? How would you want him to be remembered? And what do you think is the most important thing about your father that really the public should know about him?
Well, what they should know is that um, he loved Jesus. He loved people. And he was determined that he didn't want anyone to be lost because we believe Jesus is coming back. He's going to take us home and we need to be ready. And he was determined that he was going to share this proof with as many people as he could.
Well, in closing, I do
Mhm.
want to thank you again very much for being on.
You're welcome.
I know this is not something that you do, but I want to put it out there for everybody. Again, ronwyatt.com YouTube channel,
Mhm.
ronwyatt.com website, and we do have the Facebook and everything else. And I will leave links in the description as well as QR
Okay.
codes along with everything else. Is there anything else that you would like to say? Is there anything that you feel that hasn't been made public that you maybe want to make public, or something you want to say to the masses? If there is such a thing on my channel, I'm not that big yet, but I could be very soon. We'll
You'll
see.
get there.
Yeah,
Oh, I just wanted, let people know that the Bible's true. There's stories in the Bible. There's proof. You can go see it for yourself. And Jesus is coming back soon, and we need to be ready to go home.
absolutely. All
Mhm.
right. Well, that does it. Thank you
Okay.
very much. Great
You're welcome.
honor. I hope to talk to you again soon. Maybe not on here, obviously, but
Okay.
back and forth. But yes, thank you very much, and we will
Thank you.
talk to you again.
Okay.